My name's Tyrone Manyweather, and through the good graces of God, since being here in Houston, I came from Illinois. I got introduced to an organization that got me off the streets. I'm a living witness that Search is an organization that does great things with people. And hey, y'all need to check them out. They're a blessing to many people. I'm a witness. My mama died when I was 1.5 years old. The guy that watered the seed for me to be here never known. So without him, I've always been a leader or a source because God gave me grace and poise. I grew up in Chicago. I went through a lot of abuse and violence. The ones that was like lightning was frightening. I felt my life was spiraling out of control. Yes, it's true. Left Illinois out of the blue, but I didn't have a clue coming here to Houston what I was getting into. I put myself in the OG mode as I pulled up on a Greyhound downtown H-Town. As I looked around, I found myself in the middle of the devil's playground. I stayed at the Star of Hope for about 3 weeks, but because of the heaps of freaks, creeps, and bleeps, I chose the streets. I knew no one and didn't care, barely had bus fare, was in despair. To be alive is to be aware, and that's everywhere. Been homeless before, but never slept on the streets, on the hard concrete. This was a new feat for me to complete, so peep. It's been a hell of a ride since I've arrived. To do right all my life I tried. A time or two here I cried, but I kept my pride. Then came something that the world wasn't prepared for, a global pandemic. Very little water, no toilets. I was suffering in this mix, but finally, through God, through Search, I got my fix. Search is like a mother of programs with employees that give a damn. I give them an A+ on their exam. They're steady hitting grand slams and maneuvering people through traffic jams. There's truly power in prayer because the buck didn't stop there. To show extra love and care, they furnished my apartment with more than a bed, dressing chairs. I thank God for his peeps, Mr. Bird and Miss Monique. Their compassionate hearts are the techniques that make Search so sweet. I'm outie. Peace.
Having a home is one of the basic human rights of being alive, and to be part of an organization that helps people really at their lowest get back on their feet and get moving again is just gratifying to me.
I saw the sun begin to dim and felt that winter wind blow cold.
As a child, I spent some time in a homeless shelter going through the Star of Hope, and I've always wanted to give back in any way that I could. So, life becoming full circle, being in a position where I can give back, that's what led me to Search.
'Cause from that rubble, what remains can only be what's true.
I am very proud, I have to say, after all these years of how far we have come and how important this organization has become in helping Houston figure out how to end homelessness.
Given the opportunity to call the US my home, I feel that everybody that lives here also deserves that. A place that they can live in, a place they can start their journeys, a place that they feel safe and protected and motivated to make a change in their lives.
From now on, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight.
Just by sharing a smile or listening to someone's story, you're affirming their dignity and restoring it, even in a small way, a sense of humanity to them.
The safety net that I was provided through the House of Tiny Treasures allowed me to be able to go to school without worrying about how I'm going to find childcare or a safe place for her. And that was already set in place through Search. It was beautiful.
Even though our life itself was unstable, they were in a very stable place. And House of Tiny Treasures provided us with everything we needed. We've got diapers, shampoo, clothes, toys. I'll be honest, that was probably the closest thing I've had to family anytime in my life. The stories that you hear from search clients, those stories are super important. Those whys, those root causes, that the things that keep people in poverty, the things that keep people in addiction and bad relationships, constantly in survival mode, work together as a united front to provide solutions. Every success requires teamwork and community involvement. I didn't get to where I'm at, in my dream job, in Florida, through my own will and effort. This is how I say thank you, and thank you for supporting Search Services.